The streets should feel safe, the neighborhoods should feel calm, but safety can vanish in an instant. In Burlington, Vermont, a man crashes his car and charges at officers wielding a hammer. Seconds stretch into eternity as officers plead, reason, and struggle to contain the chaos without firing a shot. In Punta Gorda, Florida, a man defies every command. Tasers, pepper spray, and beanbag rounds fail to stop him. Minutes of tension explode into gunfire, leaving a community shaken and officers forced to act in the blink of an eye. 2 incidents, 2 men, 2 moments where split-second decisions determined life or death. This is what happens when chaos meets law enforcement on the edge. Man crashes car and threatens police with hammer during arrest. The afternoon starts like any other. Warm sunlight spills over the streets of Burlington, Vermont. Birds chirp. The parking lots are mostly empty, except for a few cars scattered across the asphalt. But that calm is fragile. Call comes into dispatch. An active domestic assault. Officers arrive on scene, scanning the area. Witnesses speak nervously, pointing to a vehicle that has already fled. They know the suspect. They know the danger. And soon, they see him. Thomas Burke, 41, sits in the driver's seat of a vehicle in the rear lot of a Domino's Pizza. He's quiet at first, almost casual, but as officers approach, something shifts. The engine roars to life, tires spin. He pulls out suddenly, nearly hitting a marked lease cruiser with flashing lights. The chase begins. Cars weave, brakes. Burke's driving is reckless, aggressive. Traffic lights are ignored. Other vehicles become obstacles. And then the crash. Burke slams into multiple cars at an intersection. Metal bends, glass shatters, but he doesn't stop. He exits the car. In his hand, a hammer. He refuses verbal commands. He flees on foot, sprinting behind residential buildings. Officers follow, every step measured, every movement calculated. Then he stops. He turns. He raises the hammer, his eyes wild, his breathing heavy. Threats spill from his mouth. He refuses to surrender. "Drop the weapon," officers yell.
"Drop the weapon!"
But he doesn't listen. Instead, he screams that he wants to die. He pleads that no one understands what happened to him. Anger, fear, desperation, they collide inside him like an explosion. Every second hangs in the air, heavy, tense. The officers make a decision. Less lethal impact munitions are deployed. A sharp impact strikes Burke, forcing him to release the hammer. Only now do the officers move in. Slowly, carefully. "Roll onto your stomach, hands where we can see them," they command.
"Roll onto your stomach. Do it now. Roll to your left onto your stomach."
Breathless and panicked, Burke obeys in fragments. Officers work methodically, rolling him onto his side, securing his hands, double-locking the cuffs. Every movement is deliberate, designed to prevent further injury, both to him and themselves. Finally, Burke is restrained. Medical personnel arrive, assessing him at the University of Vermont Medical Center. Officers take a breath, surveying the aftermath. In the chaos, the facts become clear. Burke had been involved in multiple vehicle pursuits with neighboring agencies. His reckless driving, his resistance, his threats, all pieces of a larger pattern. No one was seriously injured. Burke was arrested. He was lodged on $25,000 bail, facing charges including attempted aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, grossly negligent operation, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, leaving a scene of an accident, eluding police officer, and impeding a public officer. The parking lot, once ordinary and quiet, now holds the memory of chaos, a hammer, a crashed vehicle, and officers who had to act in seconds to prevent a tragedy. For Thomas Burke, choices made in moments of fear led to a path that could have ended far worse. For the officers, every second was a test of skill, patience, and restraint. And when the dust settles, the lesson remains. Even in the calm of a summer afternoon, danger can appear without warning, and decisions made in seconds can change lives forever. Florida man shot after resisting arrest and charging deputies. The morning is quiet, too quiet. Sunlight drifts across the streets of Punta Gorda, Florida. A soft breeze rustles the leaves. Everything seems ordinary. A day that should feel safe, normal, calm. But in a small neighborhood, tension is already brewing. A property owner calls dispatch. His tenant is acting strangely, violating boundaries, shouting, disrupting the peace. Officers arrive, scanning the area carefully. They are alert, trained for the unexpected, and then they see him. Elroy Clark, 42, stands defiantly on the property. He denies his identity. He refuses to comply. Calm words are met with sharp resistance. He says, "It is not about to be."
And it's not about to be. It's not about to be.
Though every inch of his posture shouts otherwise. Hands behind your back, repeated commands. Still, he doesn't comply. Tasers are readied, pepper spray, less lethal options prepared, but Clark remains standing. He challenges the officers, mocking, taunting. He dares them, inviting confrontation, telling them they will see something they don't want to see if touched.
If you touch me, you're gonna see something you don't want to see.
Officers try reason, reassure, calm him. They ask him to step down, to surrender, to end the conflict peacefully, but nothing works. The first taser strikes, then the second. He sways but stays upright. Pepper spray hits, but his resolve does not waver. Each warning is met with defiance. Each attempt at compliance is ignored. The standoff grows longer. Minutes stretch into tension-filled eternity. Every officer knows how quickly a situation like this can escalate. Every heartbeat is measured, heavy, weighted with the knowledge that decisions must be made in seconds. A less lethal device is deployed, beanbag rounds, sharp impacts, repeated strikes. Still, Clark stands, unyielding. The threat of harm hangs over everyone. The air feels thick, charged with danger, and then it happens. Clark charges, fast, direct. Contact is made with one of the deputies. The officer's weapon is ready, threat imminent, split-second decisions. The deputies fire. Multiple shots ring out. Silence crashes over the scene. The man falls. Training takes over. Officers move quickly to provide aid. Hands on his chest. CPR. Urgent calls for paramedics. Their mission is not revenge, it is to protect. Even when protection comes too late, paramedics arrive. Clark is pronounced deceased at the scene. One deputy suffers a head injury in the struggle, treated and released. No uninvolved civilians are harmed. Later, the details emerge. Clark had resisted arrest for minutes, ignoring repeated commands. Multiple less lethal devices were used, none effective. His defiance and sudden charge forced officers to respond with lethal force. The property, once quiet, now holds the imprint of chaos. Shouts, tasers, beanbags, and gunfire. A neighborhood witness to a life-ending moment. For Clark, choices made in anger and defiance led to a fatal outcome. For the deputies, each action was measured, trained, and necessary, balancing the fine line between peacekeeping and survival. And when the dust settles, the lesson remains. A moment of resistance, a refusal to comply, can escalate faster than anyone imagines. Decisions must be made in the blink of an eye. Lives can change in a heartbeat. That morning, what should have been ordinary became unforgettable. A calm day transformed into chaos. A tense standoff reminding everyone involved that even in the quietest streets, danger can appear without warning, and the consequences can be permanent. When the dust settles, only questions remain. Could it have ended differently? Could calm have prevailed? For officers, every second is a choice between protection and risk. For civilians, it's a reminder that danger can appear where it's least expected. In Vermont, the hammer dropped. In Florida, a refusal to comply ended in tragedy. Both moments reveal the razor-thin line between peace and violence, obedience and chaos. We witness the consequences, we learn, and we remember. Safety is fragile, and split-second decisions can define lives forever. If this story left you thinking, comment your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-life police standoffs and intense moments caught on camera.